You're welcome back to Business Roundup on Atlantic Television Network. Nigerian Exchange Group of Companies and the Minister of Women Affairs have said they are exploring partnerships on gender equality. They spoke during a virtual event when the NGX joined over 100 securities exchanges across the world to celebrate the 2022 International Women's Day and rang the bell for gender equality in collaboration with the International Finance Corporation, Sustainable Stock Exchanges Initiative, United Nations Global Compact, and World Federation of Exchanges on Tuesday. The event, with the theme Break the Bias, Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow, had in attendance the Minister of Women Affairs, Dame Pauline Talon, and Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Miriam Katagum. In his opening remarks, the Group Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, Oscar Onyema, said the global finance industry has a critical role to play in achieving gender equality. Talon expressed the willingness of the Ministry of Women Affairs to collaborate with NGX to promote gender equality. The Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has granted Governor Udom Emmanuel's request to raise 150 billion naira from the money market for the funding of ongoing projects in the state. The request letter was deliberated during Tuesday's plenary by members of the House of Assembly. The letter said that the state government would raise a financial instrument in the total sum of 150 billion naira, either through promissory note discounting or direct credit substitute, to facilitate completion of the projects. Governor Emmanuel explained in the letter that the instrument would not require irrevocable standing payment order or any guarantee. Hence, no monthly deduction would be made from Federation accounts to the state. Leader of the House, Sir Udo Kirian Akpan, who led the discussion, noted that the governor had assured that he intended to create the needed money within the money market and not to take a loan. Meanwhile, all the lawmakers approved the request by the governor, saying that they were in support of the request as they wanted to be part of the history of a good legacy to the Akwa Ibom people. The U.S. President Joe Biden on Tuesday announced that the United States would no longer allow the importation of Russian oil, the latest sanction to punish Russia following the invasion of Ukraine. Biden, who announced the sanction from the White House, said Russian oil would no longer be accepted at U.S. ports. The oil embargo, Biden said, would target the main artery of the Russian economy. Experts have, however, warned that oil prices may soar to an unprecedented rate following the U.S. ban. Recall that Russian President Putin warned in a video broadcast that oil prices may hit $300 if the West imposes sanctions on the Russian energy sector. To mitigate the effect, the U.S. president assured allies that in coordination with partners, there is already announced a collective release of 60 million barrels of oil from strategic petroleum reserves, half of that from the United States of America. He said steps were being taken to ensure a reliable supply of global energy. The British government has equally imposed sanctions on the Russian oil, vowing not to purchase crude from the Eastern European country. Putin has since described West sanctions on Russia as a declaration of war. Trading in the fixed income and currency (FIC) market has slumped back to declining trend after the December 2021 uptick. The January 2022 report just released by the FMDQ Exchange, Nigeria's financial markets trading platform, has put transaction volume at 14.13 trillion naira, 31.21% down from 20.54 trillion recorded in December 2021. This is even as the top 10 dealing members firms in the FIC market dominated the trading, accounting for 11.05 trillion naira or 78.17% of the overall turnover, with the top three accounting for 5.55 trillion, representing 50.24% of the deals. Stanbic IBTC Bank PLC, Access Bank PLC, and United Bank for Africa PLC ranked first, second, and third, respectively. Other dealing firms in the top 10 category include Zenith Bank PLC, First Bank of Nigeria Limited, EcoBank Nigeria Limited, Coronation Merchant Bank Limited, Standard Chartered Bank Nigeria Limited, Sterling Bank PLC, and Guarantee Trust Bank Limited. Meanwhile, breakdown of trading activities in the FIC market showed that foreign exchange, made up of spot FX and FX derivatives, had the largest contribution, accounting for 4.22 trillion naira, representing 29.86% of overall market turnover, and the MOM decreased in 38.12% from the turnover recorded in December 2021. Repurchase agreement repos followed, accounting for 3.78 trillion naira or 26.74% of the total market turnover. Transactions on open market operations OMO bills accounted for 2.71 trillion naira, representing 19.19% of the total market turnover, while bond treasury bills, CBN special bills, and unsecured placements and takings accounted for 12.12%. That is 38 or 3.83%, 7.86%, and 0.41% of overall market turnover, respectively. In the FX markets, the naira appreciated against the US dollar, gaining 0.06% to close at an average of 416.55 naira per dollar in January 2022 from 416.18 naira per dollar recorded in December 2021, trading within the range of 415.33 to 422.67 naira per dollar. The Nigerian consumers spend $2.29 billion, approximately 826.69 billion naira in 2019 on beer, a new report by Oxford Economics has shown. The study, titled Beer's Global Economic Footprint, commissioned by World Brewery Alliance, WBA, assessed the beer sector across 70 countries, including Nigeria, covering 89% of beer sold worldwide by volume. The Nigerian volume accounted for 0.86% of $266.9 billion global sales and showed that of the 70 countries surveyed, Nigeria ranked 30th in global beer sales during the period. The study showed that globally, the beer sector accounted for $555 billion gross value added contribution to global GDP and supported 23 million jobs. In total, the beer sector supported 0.8% of GDP across the 70 countries, or $1 for every $131 of GDP generated in these economies in 2019, and 1 in every 110 jobs created. The report further showed that breweries and their downstream value chain made and supported $262 billion in tax payments to governments around the world. Of the total tax contribution, $109 billion made up of value-added tax, VAT, and excise duties paid on beer sales. The report estimated that in 2019, beer distributors, retailers, and hospitality industry selling beer directly created $117 billion value-added contribution to GDP, were responsible for 7 million jobs, and contributed $40 billion in tax payments. Beer volumes are weighted heavily towards the on-premise, which has yet to fully recover to pre-pandemic levels. Many beer markets will see a strengthening of at-home consumption until hospitality returns to pre-pandemic levels and consumer comfort levels rise. E-commerce for beer is forecasted to be a strong future driver across the omni-channel segment in particular. Brandy Rand, Chief Operations Officer, Americas, the IWSR, said. Finally, Africa's leading digital bank, Dafri Bank Digital Limited, has set up a $1 million relief fund for Africans affected by the ongoing Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The announcement was made by Dafri Bank's chairman, Zolon Ndlovu, via a signed statement that is widely circulated online. Consequently, the Nigerian South Africa investor and philanthropist pledged that Dafri Bank will stay in close contact with organizations working closely with those affected by Russia's special military action to determine additional sources or help they might need as the situation evolves. The Dafri Bank chairman concluded his statement with a call for all eligible beneficiaries to contact Dafri Bank for instructions. And with that, we'll wrap it up on Business Roundup for today. Join us tomorrow for another edition and follow Atlantic Television Network on all our social media platforms. My name is Nyamgul Agaji. Thanks for being there.